Hey everyone, Miacidae here, welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. Today on the No Hope Estate, I have an idea that I'm not sure is going to be the best idea. Not to say that this mission in particular is going to be the one that's going to make me lose anything, but it's going to lead to a series of events that possibly, could be horrible. Absolutely horrible for the Hamlet and the No Hope Estate. So, we're gonna see what happens. However, the reason I'm deciding to do this is that they have the Trapped Onobi trinket available. This is plus 20% dodge and plus 20% more dodge when attacked by a yokai. This is essentially the Tattered Parasol trinket I have, which is plus 20% dodge and plus 20% more dodge while in the Sunward Isles, because pretty much every enemy in the Sunward Isles is a yokai. I do believe that there are a few exceptions in there, however not many. So with that being said, I'm gonna risk what happens after this quest, because this town event always happens after this quest. And I'm not going to spoil it for those of you who don't know, and I'm not going to spoil what's in this quest for those of you who don't know. For those of you who know, you know. And we're going to see what happens. So I'm going to be doing another dodge team today, just because that is working so well in the Sunward Isles. It's keeping me nice and safe on the No Hope Estate, which I have lost so many heroes for lately. I'd rather not lose more, because it's looking like I'm going to need to do more dungeons in the farmstead. I need to level up the Sunward Isles more. And then we have a lot more bosses to do. In fact, looking at this, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 more possible bosses to do that I can think of that I have listed off here. There probably are a few more I am forgetting, but there's still 18 bosses to possibly get to on this estate. Now, one's like the Destroyer from the Stars, and then the one after the Destroyer from the Stars I'm not sure we're going to get to, and there's just a few wandering bosses and hidden bosses I'm not sure we're going to get to, so that does knock a few off the list. But that does mean we have a lot of possible losses left, so that's why we're being nice and careful with the dodge team today. I am kind of changing things up. We're still being nice and careful with the dodge team. So we're going in with Sahar, the Duelist. I wasn't liking how she was working with the Academy ring and the instructor's cape to get the full Crimson Court set, so we're only using the instructor's cape for the dodge. This also makes Touche move her back by 1 so she can dance with Robin, but this does up her dodge considerably. And then I have Wilbur's flag on her. This ups her dodge by 10 more, and if she does happen to get hit, this gives her a 50% stun resistance as a just in case, upping her stun resistance to a 120. Otherwise, I'm mainly using her for Touche today. This ups the damage received on anything I hit, and then if I need her to move forward for whatever reason, I do have Flesh. And once again, as a just in case, I do have again that she can resist pretty easily now, and then this gives any hero I use again on extra action from non-lethal attack and friendly skill. So if I need Finn to do a double invoke Enra, or someone else besides her can pretty easily hit an enemy that I need to go down, they can do that. Next up we have Robin, the Vixen. The reason I want her is because Fox Fangs wielding knife has armor piercing, meaning the riposte will do a lot of damage in the upcoming fights. Otherwise, it does a little bit of bleed, and it has a very nice accuracy on it. We do have Madam's Drive to up the accuracy and shuffle her forward, Vexatious Kiss to clear and bypass ripostes for the Shoguru. It also ups her dodge. And then we have Lover as the Insight to clear stun and horror. Her trinkets are the Ancestor's Coat, upping her dodge, and then she's the one wearing the Tattered Parasol for the plus dodge and the plus dodge percent in the Sunward Isles. So right now it says that she has 70 dodge. In fact, I'm not sure about something here, so I'm going to show this. So Ancestor's Coat brings her to 50. The Tattered Parasol brings her to 70. I'm not sure that the plus percent in the Sunward Isles is showing there, so she might be going up to a 90 dodge. Next we have Finn the Practitioner. Like usual, we're here for Invoke Enra. This lowers the accuracy on the entire enemy party, ignores riposte, and is overall a pretty good thing. This is good for hitting stealth and a few other situations. if I want him to take out the last enemy standing or a very high value target, though we do have Combusting Talisman. This is plus damage versus yokai, so it does get the job done. And if I need to cure a bleed for whatever reason, we have Thalassic Remedy. We have the Grifted Book of Secrets on him. This pluses his accuracy but minuses his damage, and on crit will heal all heroes for bleed and blight. And then we have Maciek's Head on him once again. This ups his debuff chance. That way the debuff from Invoke Enera does go off. It has a 170 base chance now. So the only thing that should be resisting the debuff is the Hayakume. And then on attack hit, he will also debuff the targets now to have a -8 dodge while they are blighted, which Audrey can do if I want, because she does have poison darts to blight them, lowering their blight resistance. But I also do have Throw and Dagger, Lunge, and Shadow Fade on her. Her trinkets are the Ornate Sensu, which ups her dodge by 15. She gets another 15 dodge when attacked by yokai. And then we have the Lucky Talisman, giving her plus 10 dodge base, 10 more dodge if she's at 50% health or lower, and 10 more dodge at Death's Door. So the way that Lucky Talisman is showing it just is the base plus dodge there. So realistically, she has 45 dodge from the Ornate Sensu. She's going to be having 60 though, because realistically we're only going to be attacked by yokai. Then she's going to have 75 because of the Ornate or the Lucky Talisman, 85 once she gets low enough on health, 50 or below, 95 when at Death's Door. It's going to be very hard to hit her when she's low enough on health. I just have to be very careful of the dots. And then there are a few things that can hit her, but once again I do have to be somewhat careful with my luck. But that being said, there are situations that can still hit her. I figured that out. I don't want to go low light because that made things very easy to hit me, and we'll just go from there. If I remember right, I do need a lot of shovels for this. We're taking every precaution we can. I just don't want to lose people. I don't think I need the Holy Waters. We will want a bunch of torches though, because this is a little bit of a weird spread. Omamori are not a bad thing here. I'm going to want minus stress received on everyone for this quest, because this quest is a little weird, and I'm going to want the Anathenum particularly for Finn. We can take one for Sahar as well, because we're already taking one. Other than that, I think we're good. Once again, this quest itself usually isn't hard. It's the aftermath of this quest, which if you know, you know. If not, well, we're about to find out. Destroying the Tori doesn't mean that the threat is dead. Keep a watchful eye out. That's what the boss is, to destroy the Tori and the Ortoroshi. There are my ribbons, and then you'll see that this is actually the map. So there is a boss at the end of one road, and there is a boss at the end of the other road to destroy 2 fortified Tori and Ortoroshi. So we're going to go to the right first. I forgot keys. That would help me get a little bit of loot here. We're keeping the torch up. And here's our first fight. Is this where this music comes from? Huh, okay. I'm going to start by taking out the Ushihei. I need to Fox Fang so we don't stun. That gives us our riposte. Invoke Enra, lowering their accuracies. We're gonna use again here, just because I don't want Ben going into row 1. Well, that didn't work very well. We're going to use Touche, probably taking out the Ushihei. Thrown Dagger. Actually, no, let's Poison Dart the Ushihei. That takes him out, and if not, the Blight would have.
faint hope blossoms.
Go riposte. You can move back by 2. Vexatious Kiss removing riposte, giving us plus dodge, so we have 96 right now. Then we can guard an ally to get an extra turn, and then we'll Foxfang. Let's hit the Kiki Crab if we can. Let's do Poison Dart hitting the Shoguru. That way it's blighted, takes a little bit of extra damage, or not. Go riposte actually. With the 80 dodge we got hit there. Not for much, but it's still a hit. Yikes. Foxfang, let's hit the Hiki Crab again. Almost goes down. Invoke Enra does damage to it. Hiki Crab goes down to Bleed Blight. Touche hit Shoguru.
The ground quakes.
Flash hit Shoguru. Shoguru down.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Can't hit the one I want, so we have to wait for him to do something here.
Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
So I can't do anything to him. We're still riposted for a little bit, so I'm going to shuffle forward, I think. And because that hits him. And then he hits the person with riposte. Cool.
Their formation is broken.
Kind of surprised we got hit twice already.
Offensive.
So that gives us an Artifact of Fervor that is actually not 100% more damage for Invoke Enra. That's good. Okay. I didn't think that actually did anything.
Finery risks life and limb.
Towards the first boss. Do we need Default Order? I don't think we need Default Order. Okay. Torch up. Need a major Omamori for her. Not that anyone really would benefit from it, but... Alright, first boss. Tori. Ortoroshi. Alright, we're going to touche up damage received on the Tori, which has debuff chance, but everything else you kinda can't do to it. Invoke Enra so that they have minus accuracy. Actually didn't get the Kasa Obake there. Foxfang. Just get the riposte. Try to get the Tori. Thrown Dagger. Hit the Yurie in back. You can pluck away at them. I think that's a guard. Yeah. And a resto. Shoot. Touche up damage received again. No, let's do again here. That way I can put the guard on. And that way Finn doesn't get hit, but we also can do it like an extra attack. Alright, lowering accuracies again. And this is considered carpentry. That's why I might not get as much dodge in some cases. So we're going to Lover's Insight guarding Finn. I'm going to Vexatious Kiss upping my dodge. That gives me an extra action. And then get my riposte back. Then don't got a way to bypass guards, so we'll just pluck away at the Tori. Touche away. The guard went away. Go riposte. They're not guarded anymore, so trying to hit the Uriae down. Gonna try to get the Casa Obake while I can. There we go. That way it doesn't go into stealth. Uriae down. Just the Tori left. 1 health left on it. And it falls. So this is a little weird part about the Tori. It needs its turn to, like, actually fall here, I think. There we go. I guess guarding Finn here because I can't hit it? Then we're gonna lower its accuracy. Touche for plus damage received on it. And it's just an Ortoroshi now, right? And down it goes.
Give them no quarter.
Artifact default, some extra food, Mon bundle. We'll actually heal up here. Don't need the extra shovel. We'll take the gold because we have the stack, and yeah, we're good. Hi, lady. Moving on along, and we go to the other side. That wasn't so bad, right? Torch. Hunger check. Looks like we're going to be at full health. Hey, Finn, you get to check the bag. It's empty. Who would have thought? Torch. In battle. Nozuchi, Ushihei, both are yokai. Lovely. Nozuchi have my ire. Lowering accuracy. Foxfang, let's get a Nozuchi. It's bleeding for 3, it has 4 health left, but throwing dagger. We're gonna have to torch up again. And that's why I don't like them. That blights, and I think that one can actually give me a disease. Usually like Koshu or something, I think. We'll hit Ushihei in 4. Foxfang 4 because we can't hit 1 easy. Lower their accuracy. Yes, yes, puke on your hide. That is lovely. And then he passes. I'm not sure why he just passed. But at least he passed and didn't, like, skip his turn. I think Bovine Malediction has a cooldown, and then he can't use Honed Gash from 4. Would be my best guess. Nozuchi down. Ushihei left. And, oh, we actually missed that. I was gonna say Sahar can take it out, but... Well, Combusting Talisman. That's what that's for.
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Use the torch, take the sapphire. And up we go, and there's a fat battle along the way. Alright, let's do this. Don't need default order. Cool. Alright. Hey, this looks different, doesn't it? There's one Oni. And the Tofu Child. So, here's my conjecture on this. The Oni is actually the guardian or the bodyguard of the tofu child. This is just my thoughts. I don't know the actual lore behind what the Oni is here with the tofu child. But Oni's gonna attack me. Oni needs to go down. I'm gonna Vexatious Kiss him. Because I don't want to hit the child. That blights him.
A devastating blow.
Yes, we're gonna rip the Oni apart in front of the child. Poison dart him. And Bustling Gale only hits the Oni.
Well struck.
Light takes him out.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Tofu? We should leave this child be. He's much more trouble than he seems. I'm going to torch up, and then we're just gonna pass. Tofu? We should leave him alone. He's much more trouble than he seems. You don't get a choice. You don't get a choice. You either run from this battle and don't complete the quest, or Tofu Child. Why? So I think Sahar would probably be the one to do this. And then she even says, unhand me. Tofu? But it's a child.
Precision and power.
What have we done? Unhand me. Child's play.
A time to
It was a child.
one's limits.
And then you get a minor Omamori, the pristine tofu tray. Minus damage received versus yokai and plus virtue chance. I miss you, father. And that's what starts everything. Because now, we have to deal with something
Spirits are
afterward.
lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Alright, another Tori Ortoroshi Shoguru to give them riposts. So Shoguru is going to need to go down. I'm going to try to destroy the Oni with the people that can target one. Lowering their accuracies. Actually, I can remove the riposte from the Shoguru, so it's not the biggest deal. But I'm still going to try to get rid of it. Fox Fang on it. Ah, there's that guard. Might of a Demon, miss, and riposte. You're bleeding, but not as much as you're being healed for. I guess we have to touche here. Lunge does the most, so I'm gonna try something here. Then Fox Fang, and then Touche. Good thing that missed. Invoke Enra, lowering their accuracies, hurting the Shoguru a little bit more. There they have the riposte. So I'm gonna do with Robin when I get the chance. So I'm going to remove the riposte here on the Ortoroshi. Shadow fading. Oh, we can't. I guess we're going to find out what the riposte is on the Ortoroshi.
A powerful blow.
That might just be a stress hit, if I'm being totally honest. I'm going to again on her. That way I can remove the riposte when I want. And thankfully that ignores riposte. Oh, do not heal him. One more round? Okay. We can deal. Bit of a bleed there. That actually hurts a tad. But last fight. So what we're going to do is Touche, because we actually might take out the Oni here. Now the bleed takes it out. Worth the hit. We are still going to lunge at the Tori, because now I can use Vexatious Kiss. Don't need to use Vexatious Kiss anymore. So that plan's gone. We're gonna instead Foxfang. And then Madam Drive to go forward. Shadow Fading. The plus damage. Touche for the damage. I guess that's flesh, not touche. It falls. We can actually get the Shogaru now. Which won't bleed, but we can still start getting it. And then Ortoroshi isn't the biggest deal. Burn, baby, burn. I'll turn you into sushi. I'm not sure that works that way, buddy, but you can turn them into something, all right. Kick it right in the snout. Still doing an ominous cry, huh? Trying to afflict Finn, I think. And that is the Gated Fiends quest. Okay. So with that complete,
but a victory nonetheless.
Let's get our reward. We already got this, the tray, which is a pretty good reward, but then we get the trapped Onabi, which I wanted. That's another thing for the dodge, which is going to be handy with what's coming up. 16,500 gold as a reward. We got the 12 bus, which is going to help like finish off the hamlet. And then, all things considered, that's a lot of collected gold, so that's almost 31,000. And then 2 portraits. 2 diseases. So dry belly ache, gray rot, both of those need to go. Weak grip on life, I don't like that, all things considered, so we're getting rid of that on Finn. Unearing, so plus damage on range skills on Audrey, that actually could be good. This, though.
My obsession caused this great foulness, and it is shameful that I must rely upon you to set it right.
The Commander's Wrath. It seems in your last venture you slaughtered a child belonging to the Nirarayan, an extremely powerful spirit. He has amassed his troops and is planning on taking revenge. Plot quest. The Old Man's Procession. So this is where I always forget things. And this is a Pitch is Black quest, or Black as Pitch. So I'm not sure technically what that means in the standpoint of like, I know it's supposed to be harder than a Darkest Dungeon quest. I think they might have taken some inspiration from the Pitch is Black dungeon, but I always forget if I can just go into another dungeon and it looks like it. So I don't need to do this immediately. But the Old Man's Procession is here, and then once I do this, the Night Parade is available. 2 very, very hard quests. So I don't need to do this immediately, which is amazing. That's what I wanted. And I still need to level up the Sunward Isles. I still need to level up the farmstead. I probably will not be touching the Nirarayan for a while. But Old Man's Procession, unfamiliar junks appear in the distance, and an impending battle seems to draw closer. Prepare yourself to defend the hamlet from a new force. This is a wave-based fight, kind of like the Miller, like from the original Miller fight, or like the endless fights here for the Color of Madness, that you have to fight a lot of monsters. I believe for the Nirarayan, it was 5 different waves if I remember right, and I had to kill close to 80 monsters to get to that fight before I had the chance to fight the Nirarayan. I could be wrong with those numbers, but it was something along those lines. And then for the Night Parade, it's 100 monsters, and all of those are Sunward Isle monsters. It is grueling, it is hard, it is roughly an hour and a half of... The first time I did it, I don't remember if it was a Nirarayan or the Night Parade, but it took me an hour and a half of just doing that to get through the waves and the boss. It was rough. So this is a, once I have everything else done, except for maybe the Darkest Dungeon, I'll go and do this. Because when I had the ability to heal, the ability to stun, the ability to stress heal, I lost a lot of good heroes to this. I don't know how that's gonna be. I don't know if it's plausible. Let's put it that way. I would like to try it, but once again, I don't even know how to tackle it right now in my head. Like, while it is possible, I think I want to have my other ducks in a row and make sure I have mostly everything else complete for it, and that I've gotten the other things done so that they are done and I have enough heroes set aside for the Darkest Dungeon. Because like I said in the last few episodes, I have a lot of level 5s, but these heroes might die on, say, getting to the Drowned Crew. They might die getting to the Hag Witch or the Pounder. They're definitely going to die going to the Talon Matron, the Captain, the Beholder boss. I'm almost certain people are gonna die trying the Destroyer from the Stars, let alone like the leveling up of the Sunward Isles and the Farmstead, which is the stuff we have left. Which, let me keep marking this down here so I don't forget. So including the Darkest Dungeon, there's 17 big ticket fights left, I think. And that includes the Nirarayan and one of the... Like, there are technically 3 Night Parade fights, but it's random generated. So I only plan on doing one of them, because I'm not sure if I go and do it a second time if I'm going to get the same fight again as the boss, or if I'm going to get a different one. There's no way to, like, make it give me a different fight, and I don't want to fight through a almost maybe 2-hour fight sequence to get the same boss again. But that also is including the Destroyer from the Stars, the fight after that, and I'm not sure, once again, if I'm even going to be able to do those types of fights because of how wonky they are and the restrictions on this estate. So we could possibly cut 4, possibly 5 fights out of this. I'm not sure I'm going to get to the Beholder, the Talon Matron, the Drowned Captain. So with that being said, that leaves the Grand Prize, the Hag, the Pounder, the Crew, the Omibozu, and the Raiju, and then the DD4. That's not much left. That just means leveling up the Sunward Isles, that's leveling up the Farmstead, and that's going and doing a few bosses, which is all very, very doable. And quite honestly, we could get away with probably leveling up the Sunward Isles again, or the Farmstead again in the next episode. Realistically, I don't really want any of those trinkets, but we could just do it. And then while I'm at it, because I have the portraits available, I want to get the House of the Yellow Hand. This is just going to start generating these ribbons for me, so instead of giving the, I think it was the Jester, the Highwayman, and a few other classes the plus scouting effect and a few other things, this gives me a ribbon that gives plus scouting effect, plus scouting chance, and plus monster surprise chance. So 0 to 1 a week. So, I mean, realistically, we're using this for the plus scouting chance. It has the off chance of giving me the plus monster surprise, and I might get one a week going forward. Might being the key word. And now the only reason I would need portraits is to level up the tavern, which I don't use too often, but it would be nice to level up the brothel due to the Vixen's town events when those pop up. But otherwise, all I need are busts, deeds, and to a lesser effect crests to level up the remaining hamlet stuff. And then that's that. Just for some funsies, because we have 260 shards, and I've been wanting to use this for a while, I'm going to get the Twisted Funnel for the Silent. That way we can have some fun in the next episode with the Silent, I think in the farmstead. Let's do that, and we'll go from there. And then hopefully I level it up, because I don't want to do the Destroyer from the Stars quite yet. We will try it, but after, once again, I've done some of the other stuff, because I know how risky the boss is. So that will be the plan, I think. Just leveling up the farmstead. So depending upon how long the next episode goes, we might do 1, we might do 2 weeks of just leveling in the next episode. And then once we get the farmstead, the Sunward Isles leveled up, it's just all bosses from there. And that will be the plan. So that'll be it for this time. Like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube jazz. And otherwise, as always, I wish you all well. I will see you next time. And please, have a good one.